Picture Mark. Mark is 42. He's got a mid-level management gig, a 4-bedroom house in Connecticut, and a German SUV that still smells like new leather. At the neighborhood BBQ, Mark is the gold standard. He's the guy who made it. But what no one sees is Mark at 2 a.m., sitting in his kitchen, staring at an Excel spreadsheet. He runs the numbers again and again. If that December bonus doesn't hit, the private school tuition falls behind. If he gets laid off tomorrow, the whole house of cards collapses in 45 days. Mark isn't rich. Mark is a high-performance slave. Do you identify with Mark? Do you feel like the more you earn, the tighter the handcuffs get? In this video, we're not talking about spreadsheets. We're talking about the psychology of the trap. Why smart, responsible, hard-working men like you are being gaslit into building a life that looks like $1 million but cost you your peace of mind. In the US, they call it lifestyle creep. I prefer to call it aspirational entropy. Most of the men you see winning on your timeline are actually in an arms race against their own egos. They aren't buying a car. They're buying a status signal to prove to everyone else that their grind was worth it. But here's the miscalculation. The cost of maintaining the appearance of success is exactly what's preventing you from achieving real success. The mental middle class believes wealth is measured by what you spend. The free mind knows wealth is measured by what you keep and how much of your time you actually control. A subtle insight for you. Many of you watching feel like life is a treadmill that never stops. If you've ever felt like you're making more than ever, but keeping less than before, type, "I know Mark" in the comments. I want to see how many of us are trapped in that same spreadsheet. Let's look at two guys. Neighbor A is the rich looker. He finances everything. He craves immediate validation. His brain is addicted to the dopamine hit of new. He's a pillar of the community, but he lives in constant terror. He can't say no to his boss because he owes his entire lifestyle to that boss. Neighbor B is the invisible millionaire. He drives a 7-year-old car. He lives in a house smaller than what he can afford. At the BBQ, he looks average. But Neighbor B has something Neighbor A will never have: options. If Neighbor B wants to quit his job tomorrow and open a woodworking shop, he can. If his kid needs an expensive surgery, he pays cash without breaking a sweat. Neighbor A has the stage. Neighbor B owns the theater. Which one do you want to be when the lights go out? We're halfway through, and I need to ask you an uncomfortable question. Be honest with yourself right now. If you were banned from posting photos, telling people what you do, or showing any outward sign of success, what would be left of your ambition? Would you still want what you're chasing today, or do you only want what others envy? Think about that for a second. Because most of us are spending the only non-renewable currency we have, time, to buy toys for an audience that doesn't even care we exist. If that answer bothered you, it's a sign that your mental middle class is losing its grip on you. And that's where the pivot begins. Why is it so hard to resist? Because your mammal brain is hardwired for status. In ancestral tribes, the man with the lowest status got the worst resources. Today, the Instagram algorithm has hacked that instinct. When you see the guy with the 50K watch, your limbic system screams, "You're losing, you're irrelevant." It creates emotional inflammation. You start working longer hours, stressing more, sacrificing time with your kids, all to silence a biological alarm designed for the savannah, not the digital age. Smart men are being emotionally drained by a simulation. The responsible worker has become the fuel for an economy that thrives on your insecurity. How do you get out without abandoning your responsibilities? You don't need to live in a hut in the woods. You need strategic dissonance. 1. Earn like the 1%, live like the 10%. That gap is the purchase price of your freedom. 2. The power of no one knows. Start investing in assets that don't make for good photos. Bonds, stocks, land, knowledge. There is a deep masculine satisfaction in walking into a room and being the wealthiest man there without anyone suspecting a thing. 3. Change your audience. Stop trying to impress your old college buddies. Start trying to impress 80-year-old you. What would he say about your choices today? Conclusion: the key or the jewelry? Remember our anchor phrase, "I'm talking to men who did everything right and still feel like they've been left behind." You weren't left behind. You were just running toward a finish line that doesn't exist. The world wants you to keep looking rich because that keeps you in debt, obedient, and productive. The system isn't afraid of the man who spends big. It's afraid of the man who needs nothing to feel powerful. From today on, every dollar you spend is a vote. Are you buying jewelry for your cell, or are you buying the key to the door? If this hit differently, maybe it's because you're tired of acting out someone else's script. Your task today is simple, but difficult. Identify one thing in your life that you keep only to look a certain way, and plan how to get rid of it. Don't tell me what it is, just comment below. I chose the key. That'll be our code. Thanks for watching. Build something real, not something visible.